Hey guys, going to talk today a little bit about notation. That is the way that we write down the instructions for musicians so that they will know what to play on their instruments. When we are looking at guitar music, we're talking about three different kinds of notation, and we'll have experience with all of them this semester. The first way that we can learn to read for the guitar is using what we would call standard notation. If you already know how to read music with another instrument like the piano or something in band or orchestra or choir, well, that's the reading the notes off of the staff, the lines and spaces that show us where pitch is at. It's a really great way to notate music. It shows us both pitch and rhythm, or how long a specific pitch will last, and gives us a lot of other information. The other two ways we're going to learn to read for the guitar is using tablature. Tablature is a physical representation of the six strings and the exact place that you put your fingers down if you're going to play something. It's really great because it's super easy because it just shows you where to put your fingers, but it doesn't really communicate much about the music. It has its place and we will definitely learn to use it, but after a while, there are better ways to get information about music for the guitar. And then the last way that we'll be learning to read is using chord charts and lead sheets. Lead sheets are the lyrics for the song. They don't tell you anything about the melody. It assumes you already know it. And it just shows you which chords you are going to play when. And so these three ways of notation, we're not going to learn them all at once. We're going to learn them one at a time. But it is important for you to understand a couple of things basically. We have six strings on the guitar. And a little counterintuitively, when we number them, you would think maybe the top string would be number one. But you would be totally wrong, because the number one string is the one that's closest to your knees. And then we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the sixth string on top, the one closest to your nose. It is important for you to realize that all of these strings open also have a name. If we start with the first string, that's E. The next string, the second string, is B. The third string is G. The fourth string is D. The fifth string is A. And the sixth string is E. The first and sixth strings play the same pitch, but you'll realize at the bottom of the neck are the higher pitches and the lower pitches are at the top of the neck. Remember what we know about the body. Remember, you can have a string, and if you interrupt the string by fretting in a specific fret, like this fifth fret on the first string, you're going to play a higher pitch. We're going to need to make sure we understand all of that as we start to play. Also, we need to talk about the sweet spot in the fret. There's a lot of real estate from the nut here to the first fret wire, and if you play in different places, you're going to have a different tone. Tone is the characteristic sound that we're expecting from an instrument, and when we start to learn about how to play an instrument, we talk a lot about playing with a good tone. On the guitar, an open string and a fretted string should sound similar. They should have the same open ringing quality. If you play on the first fret, sometimes students think that means right on the fret wire. This is what that sounds like. Pum, pum, pum. Here's the open string. Here's on the fret wire. Not a good sound. We just want to back up our finger just to the head side of the fret wire. This is the sweet spot in the fret. If I go back towards the back end of the fret too far, I'm going to get some string buzz. That buzz is not good tone. So remember, the sweet spot is right to the head side of the fret wire. And we want it to be nice and ringing. That means we're going to have to put enough pressure to make a good sound. Now, these are all things we're going to be working on, and it takes a little bit of time for you to develop some good tone. It's not something that's like going to be in your Happy Meal right through the, the drive up at McDonald's, you're going to have to work at it. It takes pressure into the strings, and it just takes some practice. And I'm not going to lie, it kind of hurts at the beginning, especially if all of your strings are steel strings. So good luck, be patient with yourself, and keep working.